Hi, welcome to 3 Foot Good. I bet you're wondering where Daren and Tyler are. I'm Dave. I am the owner of Games Plus One in Davenport, Iowa. It's where Daren and Tyler go and play games. What we're going to do tonight is a little different. We're going to do a reaction video, and Daren and Tyler are going to get to see a terrain board that I have been building the last 2 months for the first time tonight, and we're going to record their reaction. The table took me about 23 hours to build. Only cost about $280 worth of material, and I have a lot of material left over to build more tables, so that is a benefit if cost is an issue for most people. But we're going to bring them in tonight, and we're going to talk about the table and how I put it together and some of the details about the table. And we can use this table for Star Wars Legion and for Freeblades. We could even probably use it for Warhammer 40K and a few other miniature games that people like to play. The table will be available at Games Plus One tomorrow for the Star Wars Legion tournament and for the Fall Brawl in October for the Legion tournament. And we'll have it available on other days for people to come and play on it if they would like. So, without further ado, how about we pull Daren and Tyler in and show them the table for the first time. Stay to the end to understand what really is going on. So let's introduce Daren and Tyler to the new table.
I gotta go first?
That's your house.
You're shorter. You could go first.
Oh,
shit. Wow, that's pretty fucking cool. That is awesome, actually. Damn, Dave.
Go ahead and touch whatever you want. Pick it up.
Anything I want?
Yeah.
Pieces?
Oh, sure.
Anything I want?
Yeah.
Whoa, hey now.
Not the first video I made.
Fans. Come on now.
So overall, 23 hours of building, sculpting, painting, cutting, $280 worth of material here. It's a swamp board, so anything that's on the map is water, and everything else is dry land.
Look at the swamp pods he made.
So those are lava pools that I bought at a game store in Chicago, and
We're gonna make a trip to there.
I know
We're gonna videotape a trip. We're gonna video.
and I'm
tape.
going to buy
never been
more
there.
train.
Right. You've never been to Games Plus?
That's why we're doing this.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
never been.
Oh yeah.
So the four of us are gonna go there, and then we're gonna, record us talking about stupid shit.
So this is set up for Star Wars Legion. We can do Freeblades on it by cutting the table and make 3x3 and have two actual
Just
tables.
get rid of that thing in the middle.
Right, and just bunt.
Yeah.
And then we will have it.
Oh God, yeah.
But yeah, I wanted it to be a difficult table, but not impossible. It's pretty heavy in terrain, and the water's going to make some difficult terrain. It's not a table for newer players, obviously. And I thought this might be a good one for like a final videotaping, like a live stream table, because it's flat, nothing's sticking up too high, so it'd be easier to shoot in.
Well, and I mean, and even the cool thing with Legion is that yes, you designed it. This is how you designed it. The players can say what they want. Like when the players start, they can be like, well, "No, this isn't going to be difficult, but this is just going to be difficult from going down to up."
Sure.
So they can move on this just fine, but if they want to come up, then it's going to slow.
Exactly. And I wanted to make it modular, so it doesn't have to be like this. We can move all these pieces around and make whatever you want.
You could stack them up, so you
Yes.
can make higher heights. If you
I
wanted
was
to
working
roll.
on some more pieces like this to make a third level. I just didn't know how players react with higher stuff.
So you kind of need now with the new rules.
And we were just discussing that earlier.
So
like
now with the
new
new rules, you do have to have.
You want height.
Yeah, because you need to have
that climb mechanic.
No, not so much the climb.
Well, climb, scale, jump, because everybody can climb.
Okay.
Everybody can do. You drop your speed down to speed 1, and you can go up to height 1.
Okay.
So like everybody can go up 6 inches.
Okay.
So
But what you need though is you need line of sight blocking.
Okay.
So you need some line of sight blocking.
So I can easily build a few more of these and just kind of stack them up.
oh yeah, you could go like this.
Yeah.
I mean, you could go up that high.
Because I
And you would be
purposely
fine.
built like this piece with that in mind specifically to put that and then be able to put a piece in there and there's a ledge.
Because there's the silhouette. So go ahead and grab one of the ARC troopers.
Right.
You would want it to be so like this. He's still getting shot. He can shoot.
Right.
If you do this,
It's blocked.
now you got a place to hide your melee guys, your Jedi, your Sith,
Yeah, I just wasn't too sure
your Mandos.
because all this stuff would be considered cover, right? But not blocking.
Correct.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
It would this well again, and it would depend on the players. If Darren and I wanted, we'd say nope, that's line of sight blocking because hey, we have to go off of this height. That height's taller than the silhouette. It's going to block line of sight.
Most people would
be like that's going to be light cover. We can see through it.
All right, and that's
It
what
would slow you down.
I wanted it to be completely modular. And with those changes, they can call it blockable or just cover, whatever
And-
they want to do.
And the onus is on the players to be like, well, hey, normally this would be difficult light cover. Maybe you say now this is impassable. You can't move over it, but you can jump over it.
Sure.
But then you're not worried about trying. You have to go around it.
Right.
But that onus is on the players now to have that conversation before the games and to take that into consideration.
And I really wanted to
this looks awesome.
not be. I didn't want it where wasn't too sure about the rule about climbing out of the water, so I had to make sure there were steps.
Yeah.
And I figured that's where the players can decide, like, you can move up the step at normal rate.
Right. Yep.
Right. Yep.
And that let them decide, or if they want to make it difficult, fine. But I wanted it to be available.
Which difficult would only then slow them down by a speed. Some people are unhindered, so that wouldn't. It would be more of, hey, you're climbing up, and so that's going to slow you down. It's not a climb, but it's going to slow you down.
So
you cut these then?
I cut all the styrofoam,
That is
painted it, and this brown is that mud flocking I bought at Adepticon. And then I built all these. Those are those boards from Gale Force 9.
Yep.
And I just layered them, dead trees and shrubs.
Kind of like I did with the
The bocage.
bocage.
Yep. And I put the mudding on it. I ran out of the water filling because I used that 8-ounce bottle. But I thought before I put the moss on, I could pour water down the middle and let it sit in the mud and make it look watery.
right.
So that's my next few that I'm going to put together. I'm going to work on that.
Are you going to fill in these gaps?
I ran out of water.
Right, I know, but like, is that? In
But
the
yes,
plan?
I'm going to try to finish it. But that 8-ounce bottle of water, I thought, oh, these are small gaps. Styrofoam absorbs that stuff.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
So I poured it all, and then I come back next day. I'm like, it's not full. Like, well, crap. So I had to pour it all again. I'm like, well, there went all my extras. So, yeah. And then these are the lava pools that I bought.
That you had.
Right.
And the guy's like, these are not painted. I go, I hope not, because they're not going to be lava when I'm done.
What are the sticks? Like, is that just like
Dead trees that I bought.
So it's like a package of dead trees you bought.
Yep.
They're not like sticks from your yard then.
No, I actually literally bought 4 packs of dead trees, which I only needed 2, so I have a lot of extra dead sticks.
I can bring you sticks when I go rock hounding if you
I'm
want.
sure you could, but I bought them at
I can bring you rocks.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Troy told me he'd go out in the yard and pick up rocks, too. And I'm like, that's not what I wanted. So those are Monster Fight Club.
Right.
The desert rocks. I repainted them.
You just repainted them.
And then I put a little flocking on
Right.
them and did them up.
This is cool.
And then this is Monster Fight Club, the bridge set.
Yep.
And they're also have if you want to do
Oh my! Like I'm thinking Freeblades right now. Like
Freeblades, I think would be
it would be
awesome.
on this. Yep.
Yep.
Agreed. Like I mean, they always look for tables to be brought to Adepticon.
I will bring
Dave,
this in a heartbeat.
Just saying.
I have 0 issues.
I
can build.
I
sat
have a
down.
3x3 mat you can use.
I sat down and did the
Or
math.
4x4.
I have so much terrain. I
4x4.
think I can build 8 3x3 tables for Freeblades.
They need 4x4s.
4x4.
Oh, 4x4? Oh, then maybe 6.
So, yeah, you'll lose maybe a
Yeah.
table and a half.
But I have a ton.
This is cool. Now
Very,
I know
very fucking cool.
Rich was talking about how he wanted each of us to talk about how we make tables, and how I make a table is I always like to try and have a theme in mind. So
Right.
yours was great. It was swamp.
Swamp.
Swamp with some generator sort of a thing, whatever.
Well, and that gives it the Star Wars feel.
Right, and I also have a bunker.
Yeah.
I could just put a bunker out there too.
Right.
So I went a little crazy modular.
So you
wise.
put the
could
bunker in the center.
and put them on the ends. And
You have your crashed ATST. Like that would be. I mean, it's not painted, but like that piece.
no, totally could.
Yeah, that piece would look.
So
great.
my down X-wing, which is not done yet, will probably end up in this design.
Nice. It'd be right over there in that open spot over there.
Very much so.
Have the.
But so
Scatter
with
around.
the bunker, and then you've got these. These are the line of sight blocking kind of thing that you kind
Yeah.
of
To help break it up.
And I originally built this with it being this way, and I had the piece that goes between them. And then I thought, well, you know what? They're going to be shooting long ways, probably.
Well, not
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
So I figured I'll put them
angle,
long ways, and then it also fills up the board a little more.
Right.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and went with this angle.
So, like this, one thing I would do with this would be like, okay, we're going to put this like this, put this one over there like this.
Sure.
So then it can, if you play long or you play battle lines or major offensive or whatnot, it can block up 2 lanes. You know, and
Sure.
you don't necessarily have to keep them squared. You can have them offset because a lot of the deployments, you're corner to corner.
Right.
Or
Okay.
your half board to half board.
That's why I wanted it to be modular.
Right.
So, I mean, if
And
it was set up one way, and
I'm
they
going to
could,
steal Daren's thunder. Not every table has to be perfectly balanced. You can have tables that, hey, this table favors a shooting list. As long as
I'm
it's
a-
not just flat open ground.
I am totally agreeing with that.
Right. Yeah. And I think if every table is balanced and you start getting into the 40K, put 4 things out there. and the
Right.
boards are
Yeah,
rolling
2
dice.
forests, a hill,
Yeah.
a building, and an
And it's
obstacle.
all exactly
Yep.
the same. I think you have to learn to overcome certain stuff like this for different lists. So I think that's part of it. And I think that makes you a better player too. I mean, there are tables that I've run into that definitely didn't benefit what I was running.
Right.
Yeah.
And you just
One of
like,
those things that
deal
I've
with it.
noticed with miniature tournaments and then non-miniature tournaments is where they build tables. And you're right, they favor one side or another. Because when we went to an LVO the first time,
Right.
we locked that room and went, I don't want to be on that side of the table.
Right.
So because of the density of something or the deployment zone, because this year LVO, our second team event, we got the side that half our deployment zone was giant buildings.
Right.
Oh, yep.
And we had to work with it, but
Right.
it was not in our favor at all.
Yeah.
So the density of the table,
And that's
I
the
totally
difference.
get it.
So like now, if we're just talking Legion, you've got a red player and blue player. So red player gets to choose the side.
Right. So
And-
some people are taking bids so they can say, I want to be red player because I need to pick my side.
Yeah.
Right.
So that way it's when tables aren't exactly balanced, and I don't think they should be. So red player makes a difference. Well, and it also makes a difference then at the end if you're tied.
because
Well, then it's the person with least points.
Yeah.
Or with most points spent.
Right.
So that may not necessarily be the person who picked red player.
Right.
So if they picked, they didn't have the bid.
Yeah.
Or they had the bid.
so I mean overall, I mean the density of the tables is really factoring based on the game
Dense-
system.
yep.
Because GEW's 40K, it's very balanced.
Right. They would
Number of
probably hate this
pieces,
table.
they would
They
despise it. I would think.
Yeah.
This would be like a good for maybe kill team. I mean,
Yes.
it's too big, but I mean, you'd have to
Squad
scale it.
commander
Right.
runs.
Again,
Yes.
Freeblades, like especially since I didn't know like you could take that out to make them have to jump if they want to run across this.
Right.
Because there's mechanics for that. I know Josh had a
Special
fun time.
operations.
Oh my gosh, yeah, spec on. But yeah.
Right.
Again,
And-
it's
And with like Freeblades in mind, I have a bunch of dark aged cottages that I could also put on the table and add some buildings to.
right. And I mean, Freeblades don't necessarily need buildings, but like again, height, verticality.
Well, that would
Even
block,
in
give you a
Freeblades.
line.
Well, no, I mean like
block
things you
each
can
side.
climb.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
even in Freeblades you can jump and climb.
yeah.
But like that's the only thing that I would say is missing from this
Is a little bit of
is a little bit more verticality.
Yeah, a little sight.
Oh, that's,
Which is-
that's easy to
Which
fix.
is fixed. Right. Because you just I've got that
'Cause-
larger piece over there, I can now stack this next one
Yeah.
on top of it.
Because I have more styrofoam, I can easily build more of these and kind of stack and make some
Yeah.
higher stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my only this is
And we could also,
this is
I
awesome.
mean, this can go on another height and it'd just be a
Right.
higher,
Yeah, this could just be like, oh look,
Yep.
now this is up here and now it's higher.
and that would block line of sight.
Correct, because again, if how it's done now, it goes off of the volume. Well, the volume's up here. Well, that's going to be taller than the silhouette.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
Yep.
dude. Nice job.
Well,
yes,
thank you.
well done.
Appreciate
Nice job. Yeah.
Yep. I've got an idea for another one, and I know we were talking about doing maybe a Scarif table.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
do a jungle, kind of a blue mat, and
Okay, palm
some
trees.
palm
Yeah.
trees and sand table.
Sand.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
So
So the mat underneath this, that I don't know if you've probably seen, is
Is the temple?
is
The
the
ruined
temple.
temple?
It's the ruined temple table, but I'm turning that into. You can see some of the That's why I'm looking for the brick red paint
Yeah.
now. So
Is it okay to show that?
yeah, absolutely. So I'm
Work in
working
progress.
It's a work in progress now. So I've got a bunch of stuff over there that we're going to turn that into a table. I think it's going to be the next table. It's got to be ready for 3 foot good or for the fall brawl. So
Right.
The goal is to have, like 35 players for an event. We were talking about,
right.
like we were doing the math the other day, and we're like, I might be able to get us to 36 players.
Well, so I guess on that note, since you just said that, it does look like we are going to be able to go to 32 as long as the expansion gets done
Yeah.
ahead of time.
And my landlord just talked to me today about it, and they're about a week ahead of schedule.
So it was originally supposed to start in August.
That's when I should be getting it in August.
Yeah.
So that's when we will officially be making the 3 foot good fall brawl in October, probably 32 man. There is already a wait list. If you want to come, sign up, because I believe, if I remember right, we only have like a spot left.
On the
We
wait
had-
list?
We
On
have
the wait list,
7
yeah.
people on the wait list
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
and we're only going to be able to add 8 because we're going to cap it at 32. We're not going to go higher than that for this time around.
Not this time.
Well, Darren and I had a discussion yesterday.
Yes, he was telling me about it upstairs.
we might just turn this into Quad City Star Wars Legion event weekend. So down the road,
Not this year.
I should remind you, this is on video.
Right?
that's
Oh,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Our goal is to get there. We
Okay.
don't want a small little event.
Okay.
We want it to be a weekend of fun. The goal is to have a good time.
Well, shit, I guess we're doing that now.
No, we're not. We don't have to.
No, not
But
this
we're
year,
going to
for
work
sure.
towards it.
Yes. Yeah.
So I just gonna, we're
I
gonna.
don't
put it
think you
together.
understand video. When you say it, it's
Right.
gotta happen.
And, I mean, we are going to do our best. Because I did have my electronic guy in today tell me that he could wire it up for speakers and do karaoke in the store.
Oh.
And I said, I don't know if I want to hear all them guys sing bad songs, but
It's going to be Darren.
Darren will be
the one
the
with the
only
mic.
one that will be singing.
Everybody else will just be.
But nevertheless, that is our goal.
Yeah. But
I want a
yeah,
nice
we can
fall
have-
brawl. We could maybe get away with doing a big event. I would love it. So
Yeah, because we were talking that we might have to go 2 days.
Right.
yeah,
Just do like, yeah.
and I would not care.
So we'll see.
I know
Again,
someone
that's
with
not for this
keys.
year.
I
For
know
anybody
some-
that's thinking it's not a 2-day event this year, we're
No,
doing
we're just
one
gonna do
day,
one.
4 rounds. We're starting early and we're going.
Okay,
But
see,
we-
I thought it was this year you were doing
No,
this.
no,
I'm
no,
like,
this
holy
year.
smokes.
No. That's-
So I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So this year's just one day.
Earliest arrival time will be 2024.
I hope they don't cut out of the video before you say that.
Well, maybe we should do a little intro. Say, stay to the end to understand what really is going on.
Okay, there we are. That's
Yeah,
it.
There it is. But nevertheless, I mean, I want it to be.
Nobody watches this to the end.
I do often.
Nobody watches
Oh, he's the one guy.
I do.
Well, if you do, this is for you.
Because there's always something in there.
Now, our
that's-
biggest
that's an
fan
Easter
does.
egg.
Our
Oh,
big
that's true.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
2.
Who, Lenny?
No.
No.
Brian.
Although
Brian's-
Lenny does watch to the end.
Yeah.
He doesn't count.
Okay.
He's fucking Lenny.
Fucking Lenny. Yeah. So
in essence, to make a table, there is no instruction booklet
No,
to make a
there's
table.
not.
There
There's
is
no
not.
instruction.
Kind of like
AMG in their fucking new booklets that they're putting in there that has no instructions, and you have to download them off of the internet to put any of their models together.
They got a cool.
Oh, because they got a cool little poster that's got folds. No, give me the
poster.
goddamn instruction booklet.
you know how
It's
much
got a
money
cool
they
poster.
save by not printing this?
Oh no,
They
it's
still
already-
print on it.
It's already two-sided.
It's
It's
two-sided.
already two-sided.
They've got all the play testers and pictures of the minis on one side, and then some poster image on the other.
in the poster. Okay, the
So
poster.
get rid of the poster.
That's what we've been saying.
The poster, right, is of I think the box art. I think the
Yeah.
poster is the box art. But it's all folded
That's-
up and it's got creases and stuff like that in it. And so you're not gonna put it up anymore.
You're not gonna
Right.
sit in a frame.
Most people aren't. I wouldn't think because it's not.
So-
Wait, no, we were supposed to end on that. Now we're getting off into a tangent.
That's-
Hold on.
That's right.
So what you're telling me is AMG is no longer gamers, but a bunch of corporate guys are making bad
Well,
decisions.
Asmodee probably
Asmodee.
more.
I'm
Yeah,
sure it
Asmodee.
is.
So.
Yeah.
AMA
But it-
is that.
Yeah, just go
monster.
online. It's all online. So then I gotta print it off, so you're not saving anything. You're costing. Oh my god.
Well, maybe we can get Freeblades to print off some rule books too.
That's not the idea.
That's definitely.
Maybe the RPG book, because I'm telling you right now, those role players want a book. If they can hold a book, they'll play the game. And then they can play on this.
Yeah, keep talking. We're going to talk about the fucking, Okay, so if you don't know, for those of you who don't know, this is the Dave with the dominatrix.
Oh, yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost
That
got
was
us
me.
kicked off.
I'm in the thumbnail of last LVO.
Yeah, this is that Dave with the dominatrix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he does not. Do you remember the dominatrix?
I don't remember any of it after the Crazy Train song by Ozzy.
Right.
I don't remember anything after that.
There's no recollection whatsoever.
So there was, 6.5 hours of just nothing in my life. And waking up in a panic on the hotel floor with no pants on.
Right.
Have no idea, but I was a panic, let me tell you.
He was sitting. We were in the back of the cab. The back of the cab, right?
Oh,
he's sitting next to me in the back of the
remember any
cab.
of this.
And so at this point, right?
He got me to the cab somehow, too.
Yeah, because he wanted. It was directing, right? And so we're in the back of the cab, and we're on our way to the hotel. And he looks at me and he goes, "You shouldn't be letting me drive, Daren.
I should be driving.
I'm way too drunk to drive. I shouldn't be driving. You're driving really well, Dave. I shouldn't be driving. You shouldn't let me drive. I know, Dave, but you're doing a really good job."
Yeah, somehow. I drove from the back seat all the way from Fremont Street to our hotel.
Yeah. And then, so we
Then we had a mile walk down the hallway to our room, and it was like
okay.
bowling ball with bumpers. Just,
the room was amazing. It was a suite. It was an amazing room.
we had a really good room.
It was an awesome room. And so we come out of the elevator, and he's worming and wobbling. And we look, and the room is all the way down at the end from the elevator.
It's like a football field length.
Yeah. And he looks, and he just goes, like he's deflated because he's got to walk so
far.
He's got to walk so fucking
So far. Yeah.
So we go walking down there.
There were so many obstacles that get me to the room.
Yeah.
I had to go through security.
Oh, yeah.
The long hallway.
And so
there
you're
was
worried
an
about
escalator.
security. So he's so drunk, he's worried about security. It's Vegas.
So you do remember.
Oh, not that, but I know all those things. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
knowing getting back to the room, like all the things I would have to go through.
So
Like,
Okay.
He's
I would
drunk
be
off
panicking.
his ass like a kid, right?
I was.
They're gonna know I'm drunk. You gotta help me
Yeah.
with the car. Hey,
Yeah.
it's Vegas. They've seen drunk people before.
Yeah.
but
all the time.
Yeah.
It was a rough night.
No.
Actually, it was a rougher morning.
So we get back to the room.
Yeah, it was.
That was rough.
We get back to the room, and so it's 2-ish.
Somewhere in there.
I think it's 2-ish in the
He
morning.
doesn't remember, so he
I
didn't
know.
know.
I think it's 2 in the
That's
morning
when I
or
looked
so.
at the clock. It was
And-
like
and
11
he,
something.
He kind of passes out on the bed, right? And I was like, all right, he should be good. So I text this gal that I was seeing at the time, and she calls me immediately, which it must have been freaking 4 o'clock in the morning back then.
Yeah, 2 hours ahead of
Anyway.
us.
Anyway, so we're talking on the phone.
It was so.
We're talking on the
So
phone, and the room is huge. The bedroom was huge in the suite. It was bigger than
Our,
my first
our
house.
bedroom was actually
Yeah.
as big as a normal hotel room.
Yeah, so it was
That
bigger
was
than my
one
first
bedroom.
house. So I'm on the phone, and I look back to check on him, and he was fucking gone. And I was like, oh shit, I think I just lost Dave. Well, so I get up. I'm thinking, well, we're in a casino, right? In a great big hotel. I'm hoping he didn't go running downstairs or, wandering off. So I'm looking around. And then, so there were 2 bathrooms.
One in each bedroom.
One in each bedroom. And so I saw a noise, or I heard a noise, and I go back into the bathroom.
It was rough.
It was rough. And at this point, now,
It was rough.
I find him, and at this point, he's doing some praying, right? To the
I was-
personal God.
I was
yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, he was.
Call
He
some
was.
dinosaurs.
Yeah, yeah, he was getting sick. Which I was like, and I'm still on the phone with this gal.
And it was really quiet.
Yeah,
It was quiet. It wasn't like
it
all
wasn't
over
like
crazy.
No, it
It
wasn't
was like Troy.
It wasn't like the Bear Troy. When
No.
he was, so
It was
that's
very
another story
quiet.
we're going to tell you, but Troy's got to be here for it. So, and so I was like, oh, well, I found him. Where is he? He's in the bathroom. So then I sit down and I'm talking to her some more. And then a few minutes later I said, I better check. And I look, and because you can see, because I don't know,
I'm
for some
gone.
reason they put glass in all the bathrooms. So
So the bathroom actually doesn't have a door.
No.
It's an open archway, but the toilet and the shower has frosted glass.
right next to the hot tub. Right.
Yeah.
Right next to the hot tub. So, and I look and I was like, shit, he's gone again. So then I look in the bed thinking he'd passed out in the bed and he wasn't.
Wasn't
Fuck!
in the bed.
He's not there. So I get a little panicky again. I go and it doesn't, and there he is. He's laying on the floor
On the other side of the bed, so you couldn't see me.
on the other side of the bed, out. Now,
I was going.
no pillow, no blanket.
I had a shoe off, right?
You had one shoe off.
One shoe off.
And he had a pair of pants, or his pants, but he had one leg of the pants off, and that was the leg with the shoe on.
Right.
So he must have struggled
I
taking
bet
the
I
wrong
worked on
leg
that.
off.
I
right?
worked on that for a long time.
Yeah, and he couldn't, and he just passed out on the floor. And I was like, motherfucker.
So
So
at least I didn't leave the room.
you didn't leave the room. So I was like, all right. So I go get him a bucket because I already know he's been sick, and I stick it next to his head, throw a pillow on the floor next to him, and I was like, good thing we've been friends for a long time. So I pull off the other shoe, yank his pants off, throw him over there, right?
Yeah.
And then I talked to her for a while, and I was like, I don't want to go to bed, but I got to be up at 6, so I might as well because we got the doubles
We had
tournament.
the team.
We got the
tournament in
team
the morning.
tournament the next day.
We had.
Yeah, we had the team tournament the next morning.
We had.
Yeah. So
Hey, Daren was there.
I was,
I was not.
and so I plugged the phone in, laid down, went to sleep. He's on the floor. No big deal. Then
5:30, and I wake up on the floor, and I panicked, and I jumped up and did that "where am I" moment, and I realized I'm in the room, and I'm like, how in the hell did I get in the room? And I look, Darren's sleeping, and I'm like, oh, there's a spot in the bed open. Climbed right into bed at 5:30,
so
went right back to sleep.
when he wakes up though, he doesn't remember where he's at.
I don't. I
So-
was panicking.
Yeah, because he's on the floor in a place he doesn't know with no fucking pants on and
No
no
pants.
clue how he got there.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was total panic. But then I went to sleep,
Right.
and the next thing you know, there's Dave. You gonna get up? I'm like, no.
I said,
I
we
was
got
out.
doubles. No,
No.
I'm not gonna make it.
I'm not going.
All right. So I go take a shower and I get up.
It was a rough morning for me.
I came back.
I haven't been that drunk in probably 10 years. Since Schroeder's wedding.
I came back to the room. I ended up not playing the doubles tournament. I went and I did some shopping and hung out and talked to some people. And I got back to the room about 11:30-ish.
Somewhere there, right?
Yeah,
Right before.
Right before.
And I was in the
noon.
shower.
And he was just in the shower.
That was a long shower.
And then he came out, and I think we went and got like lunch, breakfast.
We did. We went and got lunch.
Yeah.
And then we went and watched the football game.
Well, yeah. So
Because it was your team.
yeah,
The
so
Rams were playing
yeah.
for the
So I'm a big
championship
Rams
that
fan.
day.
I'm a big Rams fan, and they played. They won the NFC Championship game. So we all sat in the room, big screen fucking TV, ordering
Yeah.
pizza and drinking and watching the Rams. So it wasn't a total loss, but
No.
you did lose about 6-7 hours.
6
You're like-
hours at least. Last thing I remember specifically.
Yeah.
The band was playing Crazy Train by Ozzy, and I put my Jack and Coke down on the bar and out. I don't remember nothing after that. The last visual.
Well, okay, and so from that point, right? From that point, you wanted to go walking off because you put your Jack and Coke down, and I could already tell that you were.
Oh, I was wobbly.
Yeah. So.
I was inviting some guy from Seattle back to the Quad Cities to go couch tipping.
Yeah.
I do remember that in the piano bar. I was making friends.
Yeah.
Sal was his name.
So-
Sal. Big
Oh my
Sal from
God.
Seattle.
That was
Maybe
2
he
years ago. How do you remember that?
I don't know, but I invited him back to go ride tractors and cow tipping.
So he was like, hey, let's. So if you've ever been on Fremont Street in Vegas, they got bands playing all over the place, especially
Yeah.
Fridays and Saturdays nights. We go down there, we hang out there all the time. Well, that might be why I don't do as well as at LVO as normal but anyway,
It's an excuse to go.
yeah. So he goes, I want to go down and check out this other band. All right. And so I'm remembering vaguely that the taxi cabs are like just to the left. where the band
Right
is.
behind it.
Yeah, right
That's where
the
you
band is.
get the cabs.
So as we're walking along, that's when I see the dominatrix standing there. Now, normally, there is no fucking way you're going to get Dave to do anything like that.
That's not me.
Let alone get pictures taken and stand there with pictures taken.
Yeah.
But if you saw that
he
thumbnail,
posed.
He fucking
He did.
posed. He was so lit off his ass. He fucking posed and a great big old smile on
I
his
have
face.
no clue. I just remember the next day he was like, hey, I got to show you something. I'm like, uh-oh. Yeah. So it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. My excuse is alcohol.
Yeah.
It's an excuse for a lot of things. At least I didn't sleep with anybody that I know of.
Well,
you didn't.
I have a
There were
pants
6
off.
hours you didn't remember.
Right.
So
I know.
and
I don't
you
know what
were
I
with
would
the
do with the other.
dominatrix.
Yeah.
What would I do with the other 5 hours and 59 minutes? I don't know.
I'm just glad you used
Darren
lotion.
was in the room
That's
with
all.
you.
I know. He might have been getting phone sex and just. Dave's got no pants on. What's wrong? The other two are gone.
So-
The other two are gone.
I
Still
know,
out.
I know. So we get back, and so I come back at like 11:30 or 12, and I find him, and he comes out of the shower,
Oh, it's a wreck.
and he was still a little rough, and so we went and got something to eat, and so here we are, we're sitting there getting something to eat, right? And I said, it's kind of a bummer, I wasn't ready to go to bed, and he goes, well, hell, Josh went back out. I was like, he went back out,
Yeah.
motherfucker,
Josh showed up at middle of the night, and then he got Beeson back in the room
Yeah.
and put Beeson to sleep.
right?
And then Josh went back down to the casino, went playing blackjack.
It's a good
middle
thing.
of the night.
It's a good thing I didn't know, because at that point, once I had him put in
Yeah.
bed on the floor, I'd have gone back out.
Yeah, because Beeson was lit too, and he just wound up on the couch. He was gone.
So, from this, if you ever get a chance
To go to LVO with
go to
us,
LVO,
there will be a story that will come out of it in some way.
yeah, we
If
have
you've
fun.
not been to LVO, we suggest you go.
Yeah,
at least
absolutely go
once.
to. And in a serious
It's a
note,
great excuse to go to Vegas.
it is a great excuse to go to Vegas, and those of you who have SO significant others, while you're gaming, they can be off shopping, they can be off seeing sights, they can be off doing all that kind of stuff.
Tons of
And
shows.
Tons of shows, and then we usually, I don't think we did this year.
We didn't do a show.
We didn't
this
show,
year.
but
We
usually,
were being good.
yeah, we usually do a show.
Try and do something.
Try and do something. What was it? Bert Kirshner,
Bert Kreshner.
Kreshner. We did him the first. We saw
The
him
first
one
year we went there.
Yeah.
Had a ball.
Yeah. So
And the comedian Dave Williamson opened,
yeah.
but it wasn't
We saw Penn and Teller the year before that.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
they're awesome. I
Yeah,
saw them in
yeah.
Penn and
Vegas.
Teller's great.
Yeah.
so it's a great time if you go to LVO,
Yeah.
and then
Totally worth it.
we're there, and so if you can find us, and hang out with us on.
Yeah, my buddy
Pretty much
from Austin, Texas just showed up out of the blue and didn't tell us he was coming. He found
Yeah,
us
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
line, and walking up like,
Yeah.
what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
I'm here for the painting competition.
Yeah. So we have a good time.
So yeah, Debticon, LVO, they're perfect events to go to.
So much for that short, concise. We need to keep it just at the terrain.
Well, we could have made two
'Cause
videos out of that.
I wanted to go off on the whole AMG thing, and I got told no, that'll be another video. I'm like, all right, we'll end with that.
Yeah,
Well, we thought we ended with that.
But I've been wanting to record a banter like this as long as we've been making fucking videos.
See, you just needed to bring me out for it.
Right.
Just
All right.
You just need the catalyst.
Yeah, all right, we got to end this video.
So-
Right.
I guess what we're saying is, you want to play on the table, come to the Games Plus One Star Wars Legion tournament tomorrow, and in October.
Oh, not tomorrow. This isn't getting up tonight, probably.
I'll do my best.
Ta-da! Pressure, no pressure.
No pressure.
no pressure.
But it will be at the store tomorrow. People can play,
Sweet.
and it will be in October. So,
So,
and we'll have hopefully a couple more tables by then. Darren's got a table.
I should have that one.
I've
done.
got an idea on something.
Yeah, I should have that one done.
You can do Pringle cans again, and some
that's the
TVs.
first table.
That's the first table.
I mean, you got to start somewhere. I was the same way. I
Dude,
started
I
with fucking
absolutely
rocks.
love those.
I know.
Like, everybody's like, oh,
It's
yeah,
the
like,
dumbest thing in the world to use, and it works perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, and especially like the tubing that I
Yeah.
have, like that's just perfect.
Yep.
Chef's kiss.
So it's like
I don't care what
my
anybody says.
my Super Battle Rock battlefield. It's so simple. It's so
Oh.
dumb.
Your volcano or your desert.
Oh my god,
your
that's just so
foam.
simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
simple as fine. You don't need to go and make a whole table out of this stuff that's going to cost you thousands of dollars to get everything printed.
hey, I bought those for $30 a piece.
Right, and if you had an entire table full of stuff like that, that'd be very expensive.
Well, I am a train addict, so that is right up my alley.
It's true.
You might have seen the other video of my medieval European
Yes.
village.
Oh, yeah.
I have Harbor Town coming next. Me and Rich are going to shoot
Oh,
that.
you know what? Snowbarger would love to play Freeblades on that, I'm sure.
Damn
'cause he
right.
got screwed on that. Is that this year?
No,
Was last year?
It was last year. Yeah.
Last year he
Yeah.
got screwed on that water table.
So I will definitely have some more stuff. We're going to shoot some more train videos.
Awesome.
Because
Cool.
this is what I enjoy.
Yeah.
And someone else can play on it and have fun.
Yeah.
So we have to show your Baltic maps too.
Yeah, that's another thing. I am going to show up some of the Battletech train tables that we're building.
We're just never going to stop this video. We're
No.
going to keep it going.
All right.
All right, that's it. I promise.
Stop
Third
watching
time.
us. Stop
Go out
watching
there and
us.
roll some dice.